I'm also very excited for this deck. We've played a lot of Goblins in the past. We broke the all-time trophy record with Goblins. And so this is something that's important to note, is that Dominaria United had 3 really powerful new lords for Elves, Merfolk, and Goblins. Goblins has been by far the best tribal deck in Modern for a long time, and has just been really underplayed. But this is a tribal deck that is so much more resilient to creature removal spells than any other tribal deck I've ever seen, where every single card in this deck is resilient to removal to some extent. Conspicuous Snoop, you can play it, vial it in, cast a card immediately, get a 2-for-1. Hordemaster make sure all of your goblins are more resilient to removal. All of your other goblins have ETB or sacrifice triggers in a way that you can get value out of them before they die to a removal spell. You also have access to a 2-card, 5-mana infinite combo with Conspicuous Snoop, Boggart Harbinger that wins the game immediately, and either combo piece is individually a fine card to draw on its own. You're also like better at playing Cavern of Souls in this deck than Elves. You're better at playing Aether Vial than Merfolk. Your sideboard is, I think, is probably better than Elves, at least, where like you get to play Magus and Fury and Voidmere, Leyline. Like your sideboard, Trashmaster is great. Your sideboard's just like really, really sick, I feel. Although sideboard is always not something I focus on too much. And I was playing Ignoble Hierarch for a long time in Goblins too, and when I cut them for Mogg Fanatic, that's when I stopped losing with Goblins, and that's when I started winning with Goblins. Where Mogg Fanatic it's just that card, you know. Well, let's keep this hand. It makes you way better against Ragavan, makes you better against Hammer Time. It's just a hard, annoying card to deal with, and it also has a lot of synergy with the new Goblin Lord too. Like Mogg Fanatic was already a card I liked a lot, and it works really well with the Lord, getting that die trigger as well. Your mana's a lot better not playing Ignoble Hierarch. It's just that card. Yeah, we can get a yeah, we can pay out the other prediction. So these beginning of league predictions are so cursed though. Is Fury really necessary? I like Fury. I think it's like important for the Yawgmoth matchup. It's not I don't think it's a mandatory card, but it is a card that I think is good to play. Thoughts are running 2 Fanatic, 2 Prospector because New Lord. I don't love Prospector a ton. It's a fine card, but for the most part, I think I'm just much happier to run Prospector as a 1 of 2 to target. Okay, struggling to find lands. I'll offer a trade here. Yeah, we started 3-0 with Owls, finished the league 3-2, dropped 1-2 from that league. This is a very classic Elves league, too. Okay. So let's kill the insect token, then kill the Grist. 3-2, that should have been a 4-1. Oh yeah, we had one very bullshitty game. It was like the epitome of 80 cards, by the way. Alright, whittle them down. So, a little bit of context in this game. This game, my opponent had Verdict on 4. I was able to go Court of Calling for Azuri, regenerate 5 Elves, have them dead on board, but then they also had Solitude. So I put them down to 3, and then they had a second Verdict into another Solitude. And they also when they had that second Verdict, I think they went Verdict Counterspell too, which is crazy. And then this happens, where I've drawn my Lord, my opponent goes Omen of the Sea into Omen of the Sea, no mana available. They need, I think the card they need is Solitude, and what do? They play 2 Quasali Ambushers. It was unreal moment. Okay, let's expert the Wall of Roots and get in. I don't love not having another expert for Yawgmoth, but they're missing their land drop. I can maybe, you know, whittle them down. It was a silly game. Maybe Matron for the 4th Munitions Expert. Also feels bad to have not drawn a land in like 4 or 5 draws this game. Pretty behind. There's a land. Might be a little too slow. Yeah, I think this turn we're kind of forced into just going Matron for the 4th Munitions Expert, and then hope that they don't have the combo, but they're very likely to have the combo here. Thankfully, we have those Furies. We get to bring in Fury and Leyline post board. You haven't seen the Day 9 clip where someone Griffin Predictor? I haven't seen that, no. Why are you not forced to play a Fanatic for that exact reason? Fanatic doesn't break up the Undying combo, or at least like if they go second Undying creature into Blood Artist, it doesn't do anything. They're just able to like continue the loop, I believe. I guess you can respond to an Undying trigger. Yeah, the fact that they get extra triggers too when they kill a goblin here is rough. But I also think like if we just play Mogg Fanatic this turn, if our turn is just play Mogg Fanatic and then do nothing else with our turn, they just let them have Yawgmoth for the whole turn, we're just also never winning that game. I think we just have to hope that they don't have the combo this turn and we can expert them, get the Yawgmoth off the field. Okay, birds can't block. Yeah, dude, I wish the birds could block so much. So hard for my opponent to brick here. They get to go reset Strangle guys, kill a creature. I might just pack it in. Your mana curve is too high for a modern deck. That's kind of my first note here. Just double check. I mean, you're not playing Cabal Coffers, but like Invoke Despair is only good in a Cabal Coffers Urborg deck where you can go on turn 4 Urborg Cabal Coffers Invoke Despair. It's unplayable outside of that in modern. Your Griefs also, like, you need to be playing Malak Rebirth, which I think fits in your deck really well, but to play no Malak Rebirth and just try to have only Deadly Dispute as a way to sack Grief for value, I think is a mistake. Grief is just not that good outside of that context. I believe that Blood Veil Purveyor is completely unplayable in modern. 4 mana, flying, trample, 5/6. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, they make a blood token. So often you're going to cast this, your opponent's going to 1 mana Fatal Push and get a blood token. I'd be interested in like 3rd Croaks. I think Croaks is really good in this kind of rack style deck. I'd be interested in trying to play Smallpox as well. Oh, we're done. I'd be interested in trying to play Smallpox as well. I'd be interested. Smallpox is kind of cool with the Raven Man, since it gave you a creature to sack the Smallpox while keeping your Raven Man around. I'm interested in like 3rd Turok, no Blood Veil Prayer. No Invoke Despair, no Damnation in the main deck of your Raven Man deck. I think you can play in the sideboard if you want to. Malak Rebirth over, or some amount of Malak Rebirths and Undying Evil effects, like maybe 2 Undying Evil, and play 4 Malak Rebirth as 4 of these lands seems like a good way to go as well. Hold on, let me. I think this is a matchup where I'm actually going to go way down on the Hordemaster. It feels like not really what this matchup is about. And I think that I want to keep the combo in. I think getting down to like 1 War Marshal's fine as well. Oh, I can get the Prospector actually. Keep a 2nd War Marshal in. I don't play Plasma Heroes. The fact that Croaks, you have 2 Terminates to the side, you can play more than that. I guess you have Liliana, maybe it's not. Maybe if you have Liliana Smallpox, you actually don't need them. I would also play. I would maybe play Voidwalker, the main deck. Voidwalker is another way to help you have Malak Rebirth. Undying Evil be a good card. Works really well with Smallpox, so you can just sack it before you cast Smallpox. Works well with the rest of your cards. I would maybe just be main decking 4, so something like -2 Purveyor, -2 Damnation, -4 Deadly Disputes, -2 Invoke Despair. That's what, 10 cards, plus 4 main deck Voidwalker, 1 main deck Turok, 1 main deck Kroxa, 2 of the 1 mana Undying effects, Feign Death or whatever. You have a couple of flex spots, because I think you're still on 24 lands, counting 4 of those lands as Malak Rebirth. You could play 3rd Inquisition pretty easily, 1 Bloodchief's Thirst, 1 main deck Terminate, something like that. We just got done talking about Ignoble. I mean, listen, Ignoble Hierarch in Modern is not like this new tech, you know what I mean? But I've said this many times, and I'll keep saying it. When I started to play Mogg Fanatic over Ignoble Hierarch, that's when I stopped losing with Goblins and started to win with Goblins. I feel pretty strongly that this is the better direction to go. That being said, we may just get stuck on lands again here. Wall of Roots, so much toughness. Kind of feel like I'm forced to use my mana here. I hate it though. Don't think I'm going to Fury here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm grabbing with Matron, though. Snoop seems fine. Expert seems fine. I think I'll get a Snoop here. Especially with the uncracked fetch land. Second copy of Wall of Roots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Concord for 3. Definitely seems like that's what they're thinking about here. I try to set up for a Court for Yawgmoth next turn, it looks like. So I could do something like Mogg Fanatic, Strangergeist, and then Fury, both of the Undying creatures here. Let me play my Snoop first. Shuffle. Another Mogg Fanatic. To a War Marshal that I can't quite reach here. I think this line is still here. Definitely feels like they have Chord too, so this also makes their Chord worse, killing 2 of their creatures. I guess I have an attack as well, just for 1 damage though. It all adds up against Yawgmoth, of course. I imagine the Snoop is probably scary for them if I tutored it with Matron. Yeah, this is our first league, first match with this new take on Goblins. And immediately setting out the Hordemaster, although I do think the Hordemaster is particularly bad in this matchup. Almost definitely seeing our opponent plus here, unless they're just that scared of Snoop, which would be fine. Interesting. So if they minus here, I'll kill the bird in response. Yeah, we'll kill the bird in response, so they have to sack one of their walls. And then we get to kill the Grist. And then I guess I'm going to Matron for Ringleader at this point. Elves is fine. We had some crazy games with it, but like it was just like playing Elves in any other iteration, I think, where your wins are spectacular and your losses are really rough too. And it always feels like what Elves need to be good is a more combo heavy metagame where people are just playing less creature hate. Where's a Ringleader? Emrakul's for the mill matchup, which I think is pretty tough. And could be a bit more common with founding the 3rd path, too. Could a splash for Ephemerate be worth it in Goblins? It's tough to fit in. It has a lot of synergy. I don't hate the idea, to be honest. Well, scary to let them have the Yogg. Their board is a lot less big than it was a few turns ago, though. Only 2 cards in their hand. Could definitely kill me, though. Harbinger, Pashalik Mons. Yeah, we had one like super spectacular combo turn with the Elf Lord, which was awesome. Where it looked like we were gonna like, where it looked like we just had like no chance to win if my opponent had another Merfolk Lord, but we went from having like a relatively small board state to every elf in our deck was in play, which is awesome. Largely thanks to the new Lord too. So I imagine my opponent is contemplating sacking their Wall of Roots to reset the Undying on the Strangleroot guys, which I think is almost definitely going to be worth it here if they don't have anything else to do. This matchup seems heinous. I don't know. We have Fury Leyline post board, which makes it a lot better. If we're on the play, we can turn 3 combo them before they turn 3 combo us. We have plenty of answers to their 1 toughness mana dorks with our Mogg Fanatics and our experts. But I think one like pretty big defining characteristic of both of these games so far is my opponent's been on multiple Wall of Roots instead of the 1 toughness mana dorks, which we're like much better against. Okay, so that's Infinite Undying. But they shouldn't be able to kill me this turn unless they have Endurance. 24th land seems good for the turn 3 combo land. I used to play the 24th land, and then I've lowered the curve a lot, adding the new card, so that was kind of my thinking for cutting the 23rd land, 24th land. Rob, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you. You're still pretty likely to find 3 lands in 23. It's not that different. If they have Essence Warden, they can kill this turn. I mean, if they have Essence Warden, they can gain infinite life this turn, which is not a kill, but is effectively a kill. And it's not actually infinite life, it's like, 40 life, 40 cards. Oh, they messed up. Yeah, they misclicked here. We really have to draw like a Fury. I guess I'm going to double block a Strangleroot Geist, though. Makes like Munitions Expert worse, but no matter what, this kills a Strangleroot Geist. Emrakul for the mill matchup. Kind of surprised people still ask that, to be honest. It's like I feel like a pretty common sideboard card these days. I think I have to play both these. Hope my opponent's hand is somehow really bad. They have 7 cards, though. Pretty unlikely to not be dead. Sworn Instigator viable in Modern Goblins? No. just too slow. It's a card I like, though, of course. So if they mess up and kill one of my own goblins, I get to kill the Essence Warden. I don't know. Oh wait, they're targeting the Pashalik Mons. They're targeting the Pashalik Mons, so got a chance here. Alright, so that's a dead Essence Warden. Not that we're also like obviously like in super horrible shape and we're very unlikely to win, but we have Fury in our deck, you know, we can just top deck a Fury, hardcast to kill Yawgmoth, pitch it, Boggart Harbinger if we wanted to. Probably not. Is Yogg super tough for goblins? I don't think so. We just got done talking about the matchup. You know, any time like the Yawgmoth deck is getting to draw millions of cards, it always feels so miserable. But you have a lot of answers to their 1 toughness mana dorks. You have Leyline of the Void and Fury in your sideboard, which helps a lot. You can turn 3 combo them if you're on the play before they turn 3 combo you. I think the matchup is like, you know, not that bad. But I think we're definitely seeing the wrong end of it here. Now I'll concede at this point. Am I playing with goblins? Let's keep this. Top deck Aether Vial. What in the world? Alright, Duress resolves. Dude, Aether Vial top deck would be such a rub in here. It's unreal. Aether Vial top deck. Can you imagine? And they have Multi-6. What is my opponent doing? Blue-black Duress. Siphon Insight. Okay, well... Siphon Insight, this is exactly why you don't want to play this card in Modern. It is very, very bad against linear tribal decks, you know what I mean? When you're playing blue-black Control and you Siphon Insight against Goblins or Tron or Titan, this card just does nothing. So opponent's gone into Cavern of Souls. I wasn't expecting Cavern of Souls. Choosing Scepter. Oh, this is the card. This is the card they stole from me. Into Fatal Push. They stole it from me. So maybe we'll play the Hordemaster this turn if they're going to be playing a removal heavy deck. Or what if we go Matron? Let's go Matron into Snoop. Into Hordemaster Snoop next turn. I want to see a Spectre cast. Matron for Ringleader. I think that'd be fine too. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Night Veil Spectre! Oh, man. We're pogged now, huh? I could go Prospector, War Marshal, Snoop. I think we'll just go Hordemaster, Snoop this turn. Oh, I guess we should have gone Snoop first though, because they're tapped out. Could have had that Mogg Fanatic, huh? Yeah, I should have played Snoop first. Oh, now they get to Mogg Fanatic. And now they get to kill my Hordemaster. Oh, no, you can't, because you have to still pay the color for Night Veil Spectre cards. That's right. Okay. So we drew a vial. Let's shuffle. Okay, shuffle into the win. Do we think our opponent has ever seen this combo before? This is one of the bad decks in Modern, opponent. Okay, they have seen it. Okay, I'm not going to sideboard. No sideboarding here. Might mulligan this hand though. Let's keep this one. Probably putting back the Munitions Expert. Yeah, the 0-1 bracket, pretty wild, huh? I think I'll just play the Mire. If they play a Spectre, I think I would just go Expert plus Ping. Is it a Saffron Olive deck? Could be. I'll get the Hordemaster. Hordemaster seems pretty good with my sack outlet in hand with the Mogg Fanatic. Lets me double spell. Are Motor Leagues more competitive than paper tournaments? I mean, yes. I know that this is happening right now, but you almost never see this, you know what I mean? You almost never see, like, you know, somebody's first Modern deck. And, you know, I've been playing a lot of paper RCQs lately. They have definitely felt a lot softer than your average Magic Online League. Not that I've won one yet. Yeah, when people say they want a sideboard card for the grindy matchups, this is the matchup, huh? It is a Saffron Olive deck. Demir Thieves. Dude, this card costs 6 mana. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent until the turn. The player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of the library anytime. Wait, you get to Mindslaver them at your upkeep? Oh, but only like if they're tapped, you know, have untapped mana and stuff. Only 3 Fatal Push. Is this outside of budget? Oh, dude, I even saw. Wait, no. What they've no. Listen. I just looked at the deck list. There was no mana leak. They've made changes. There was no mana leak for me to play around. Okay, there's no mana leak here. My opponent has made changes to the list. This is not my fault. I was net decking. There was no way to play around it. Okay, push target Pashalik Mons. Still in play. No fetch lands. On the draw. No vials yet in our opening hand. 5? Well. I'm just gonna put these expensive cards away. We'll draw some. Have the Hordemaster Mogg Fanatic combo also. Wooded Foothills. We're going to... Ooh, let's go. No! Oh, no, I named Elf! I'm sorry, chat. I've been streaming a long time, and I just played Elves. We just played Elves. we just played the Elves deck. Oh, what could we have done to prevent this? And I have to sing the next card. This is fine. We have a waste. It's fine. We're just good to go. Hordemaster, Mogg Fanatic, kill the Mystic. This is it's simply a bluff. Dude, how surprised is my opponent going to be when I go Hordemaster, Mogg Fanatic next turn? Also, please don't Archdruid me. Oh boy. They have 2 Heritage Druids, so that's bad. 2 cards left. Into Azuri. Oh boy. Den of the Bugbear. Hordemaster. Yeah. Someone in chat was talking about Inferno Titan as the out to Blood Moon. It's kind of interesting. Top card, another Hordemaster. Yeah, I could have concealed the info. No, this is a hybrid deck. I actually don't think this misnaming is going to matter at all this game, the way it's playing out. Oh my goodness. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to see Athena. But she's just a little ball over there. She's just a little ball. Waiting out the rain. Interesting league so far, huh? So they can go... Yeah, they can only attack with the Azuri. And if they want to pump the Azuri. Oh, sorry. I'll sing this one, okay? I'll sing this one. I forgot to sing. It's a good one to sing because it's a new card. Rundvelt Hordemaster! I should have sung the Den, but this one's better to sing, I think. I don't know what my opponent's so deep in the tank about. They got one card in their hand. Yeah, cast that one. Pump attack hit me for 5 with the Azuri. In pretty bad shape here. Next turn, if they draw a land, I'm dead. If they draw a 1-mana elf, I think I'm dead too. If I don't draw a Munitions Expert. So maybe, yeah, maybe I'm supposed to chump to get like one more look at a Munitions Expert. I think that makes sense. Because I like have to find it to this turn, right? Blood Crypt exiled. Just dead to too many cards. Okay. Failed to find. If they draw a, I believe, 3-mana elf, or maybe Court of Calling, we're alive though. Because I believe 1-mana elf lets him go. 1-mana elf, tap. Oh, that does it too. I think. So they go tap, tap, tap. 3, 4, 5. Pump. Yeah, kill me. Okay. But we have Fury in our sideboard. And we've got, you know, Mogg Fanatic, Munitions Expert. I would say that I think that the goblins are good against elves, at least this version. And I gotta say, Hordemaster seems really bad in the tribal matchups. I might go -2 Hordemasters, -1 War Marshal. Since for the most part of these tribal matchups, you're trying to like kill their creatures and then combo off, I think. Don't think you're trying to like win the creature beatdown battle. Okay, on the play. We have a Fury. We're up against elves. We're gonna keep. What do we name with this? Cavern of Souls, huh? We could name anything. Might actually be right to name Elemental. Opponents will name Mold 6. Anywhere else? Stick up. Let's name Goblin this time. Quarian Ranger. Yeah, it seems like they're obviously going with the black splash here instead of the white splash like I was. Has a Heritage Druid, scary card to let any elves opponent untap with. Let's see what we draw. Kiki is maybe just going to be best as a red card for Fury this turn. I kind of like that. Opponent only has 1 land. Too dangerous to be kept alive. And why don't we grab Snoop? Elves are fine. I think elves are fine here. It was very much like elves though, where when you're playing against decks without lots of cheap removal, like you feel unstoppable and like the deck's just nuts. And when you play against decks with lots of cheap removal, the deck is painful to play. The problem with Ringleader is I can't cast it next turn. You know what I mean? And this turn I'll get to like Violent Snoop with 3 open mana. I think that's the line. But it does draw their second land. Seems like they have a few different decisions. Maybe they're thinking about playing Dwynen's Elite without getting that extra elf. Finale for 0. No comment. Are we going with Pashalik? I don't know. I don't know that Pashalik is doing that much for us here. It's obviously not the worst idea. Spike, why did you play Dried Arbor? I don't know, chat. I really think Dried Arbor does like nothing in the Elves deck. Except that. Just die. Quarry Ranger returning your forest, you're playing it. Maybe I should be playing more than just the one. Right now I just have it one as like a Court of Calling target, which is fine. Okay, so I think we just get in with this Harbinger. I mean, the problem with Pashalik Mons is also we don't have a sack outlet, we don't have that many goblins, we have to spend 4 mana to activate it, right? And I don't even have 4 mana. So I'm not sure that Pashalik like makes that much sense. Never cored for Quirion Ranger. I courted for Quirion Ranger to win the game earlier. You would also be able to court for it to like untap your Archdruid. Obviously casting this. Top card is Prospector. Really wish I could cast that right now. I might even grab the Prospector. So I can vial it in, make some mana, keep going this turn. Keep going for that. Although no, this should just be a win, right? I'll just sack 3 mana, Pashalik Mons, Violent Sling-Gang, 12 damage, yeah. Oh no, it's actually 11 damage, right? Yeah, it's 11. We have exactly 11. Hopefully I've counted correctly. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Deborah, thank you for the 2 months. Appreciate you. Alright, I think this is a fine separate plan. Just click submit. I think we could have won there. I mean, I did win. Made 2 red mana with Prospector, Matron for Harbinger, played my Correct Mire. Yeah, that line wins too. Let's go to 6. Okay, keeping this, then we just put back second copy of Aether Vial, and then save Kiki as a red card for Fury. My opponent is mulling to 5 as Elves into Fury. You hate to see it. Dungeon Master, 3 to 1 months. Thank you. Let's name Goblin this time. Argon to the 5. Thank you. I can't show this. I can't show this. This is not safe safe content to show on stream. They conceded. It's hard to play creatures in Modern. I mean, so this is the tribal players. If you want to play a tribal deck that is resilient to removal, look no further than Goblins. Literally every single creature in your deck can give you value before it's removed. And you have access to plenty of interaction for your opponent with, you know, Munitions Expert and Mogg War Marshal. You have access to a 2-card 5-mana infinite combo. You're the best Aether Vial deck. Please, tribal deck players, consider playing Goblins. What was match 1? I can't remember what match 1 was. Living It is interesting. Getting a sack outlet is really important for the Living In matchup. So maybe we can Matron for Skirk Prospector. Yeah, your mana is really good too. It's just, ugh, I like that. That's a sack outlet. Let's play Snoop this turn. Just have the chance to like turn 3 them, or maybe my opponent feels like they need to Living End and just get like 3 creatures back next turn, or 2 creatures back. They also only have 3 cards in their hand, but I digress. Oh, it was Jogmoth match 1, yeah, that's right. And then match 2 was a Saffron Olive budget deck. And then last turn was Elves. Okay, well they didn't suspend anything. So am I supposed to get Harbinger here or Mogg War Marshal? Mogg War Marshal is like so... Oh no, I played my Swamp, damn it. I think War Marshal blocks pretty well. Maybe we could just shuffle and have like another sack outlet on top and sack both goblins in response. That's going to be best case scenario. Although if my opponent Violent Outburst in response, we're pretty bad shape. This is probably good enough to skew too. We'll see. I guess I can Sling-Gang survive. Nah, the way just not drawing to anything. Oh wait, maybe I could just go out Snoop. No, I'm just dead in the 2 attacks because that's an instant speed. Bring in the Leylines and the Void Mirrors. This is another matchup where Hordemaster is like your worst card. Oh no, Munitions Expert's pretty bad. We'll play 1. Maybe probably cut 2 Fanatics too, actually. Awesome, Black Sheep. Awesome. Glad you had fun. Okay, let's go. I'll keep this. I'll keep this against Living End. I choose to keep my 7-card hand. Your go, opponent. Your go. Or your choice. So locals mains 4 Chalice and Goblins. Yeah, I think that's like fine. You could play Magus. You're already bringing in a lot of sideboard cards, and we also have the 2. We also have the combo. We need a land though. But like one thing is like on the play, you could just combo them. If you tutor up a sack outlet, you're really like Skirk Prospector is like so close to just being a game winning card that can't be beaten. You know what I mean? It's obviously not exactly that, but it is like genuinely close to be 1 mana win the game. And so I think that like the plan of like having these cards for their combo, tutoring up sack outlets, and not trying to cheese with Magus is fine. And because I think that over sideboarding can definitely be a big issue. Okay, let's go for it. Cool. Game 3. Hunt it 4 months. Thank you. It's pretty good hands. Leyline with a turn 3 kill. This hand's not as crazy. That being said, it might still be a fine candidate for a keep, where this hand I think can Matron for Prospector through counter magic pretty well. And if my opponent's gonna like maybe mulligan for Leyline or answer to Leyline, then I guess I'll let the answer the vials though. We'll keep. Okay, so I think they should take the Matron. Although the Matron is kind of slow here. Molo, I wouldn't fault you for mulliganing, but again, the plan that I can Matron for Prospector, just sack my board and get it back from a Living End, I think makes this hand good enough to keep. Dude, Athena is just the cutest dog ever. Okay, another sack outlet. Do you think the New Lord is the Grimgully combo on Goblins? I would not ever recommend playing the Grimgully combo at the Goblins. Like, you already have access to a 2-card 5-mana combo. Grimgully is like a 3-card 6-mana combo. And it's just so much slower. You already have an infinite combo. I don't know, like, that you want another one very badly, at least. Just never really liked it. Was that a win when I cited out 2 Fanatics and drew 1? I cited out 2 Fanatics and drew 1. I guess I'm confused what you're asking. That is what I did. Cite out 2 Fanatics this game and did draw 1. Would love to draw a land to just be able to resolve Matron. Although if they, I have a Matron in the yard, so if they living in, we get to bring that back. We get our Fanatic back. I do have a Grief though. If they Violent Outburst here, definitely looks like they're considering it. Yeah. So yeah, again, the YouTube editor picks the titles. I know that the title of the video is Aether Channeler Bank Cocoa in Pioneer. I believe the title is Pioneering Bank Company. I think it's an intentional joke, right? Because we're trying something new that's like the Pioneer. I'm not 100% sure that was the intended joke, but if it is, I think it's funny. I don't know what they're taking here. I'm going to mention for Mogg War Marshal if they keep my Hordemaster in hand. It does stink with Hordemaster. You can't violin the cards that get exiled. Alright, now I'll just get Snoop, I guess. Just try to win next turn. That's nice. Might as well cast the Snoop, or Vial the Snoop, try to cast something from the top. Can't cast that one. Is Harbinger the only way to put Kiki on top of the deck? Yeah, it is, but it works. Gets the job done. Do you ever combo with Snoop copies and move on top? Having a hard time understanding some of the questions today. Oh, and Mogg on top. I mean, it's usually Sling-Gang instead. But yeah, the fact that you have Fanatics means if you draw both Sling-Gangs, you can still combo is nice. Definitely like losing both creatures here, because if their only way to answer my combo is another Violent Outburst, then I'm obviously going to be resilient to that now. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go upkeep Harbinger or not. I'm probably not supposed to. How do you win now with both sack outlets in hand? Oh, no, sorry, this is the only Mogg Fanatic. I have one more Sling-Gang in the deck, though. But you're right, I did slide out 2 Fanatics. So they have Subtlety? Is this what that means? Is this what that means? Or does this mean that? I'm definitely gonna jam. We can take a hit from all their creatures next turn. It says GG, GGT2. And we're 3-1 with like a little bit of an asterisk. We can get a prediction going. I think these like beginning of the league predictions are so cursed. I might like X-nade them for a little bit. I think of Rona's Vortex compared to other removal options in Demirge's decks. That card's hard to evaluate. I don't think it's good enough in Modern, but it's interesting. Spending 4 mana to 1-for-1 a permanent in Modern is just like the worst ever, you know what I mean? Just more with the Twitch Prime, thank you. I do think I want to be able to play Snoop next turn if I feel like I want to try to combo fast for some reason, which I probably won't want to against Mire, but if they're Dredge, I will. Be warned. I actually really like slow episodes of TV. I really like a lot of dialogue and a lot of world building. Like, these first 2 episodes of House of the Dragons have been so good. It's just been all dialogue and like, character beats. Okay, so it looks like we're up against creativity. I do think we're going to go for a little bit of a slower combo, although really hope we don't draw that second Kiki-Jiki. It'd be so bad. Thank you, more. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a little early to pass too much judgment on House of the Dragon, but I'm excited. Yeah, XL Aether Vial. If I had to pick between Rakdos, Grixis Scam, deck for player SQ, which should I play? I like the Grixis Scam. Obviously, it's like the same archetype with, like, you know, stylistic changes, but I just like love that low curve. I think that hold on. Sorry, I love the low curve. I think that the early board pressure is great. I think the blue cards are great in the deck. I'm a fan. Okay, so this is a little weird. I'm going to Boggart Harbinger for Conspicuous Snoop. And I'm going to do this to incentivize my opponent to tap out for creativity rather than holding up an instant speed removal spell, if that makes sense. Because if they think the Snoop is on top of my library, they're going to think that they should have a turn free to just like resolve a creativity on and get an Archon into play. And then I can Violent Snoop and win. This could be fancy play syndrome, but I think it's like pretty likely to work, to be honest. And even if it doesn't, like, you know, they don't tap out creativity, we still get to like have a backup Snoop if they kill this one. Although if they minus the Ren and 6 on the Harbinger, they're definitely not going to creativity here. Right. Holding up a Katria Triumph. They've already used 1 lightning bolt. I'm definitely, especially also, you know, I have a second Snoop on top, so I can, you know, super freely vial this in here. They do have the lightning bolts. Keep the vial on 2, I guess, and then I think just pass. I mean, they've already used 2 lightning bolts. Like, they have to have a Prismari Commander lightning bolt to like really get me here, since I think they can only creativity X equals 2 this turn, right? No, they can do X equals 3. But if they do X equals 3, I can kill a token with Munitions Expert. You win here, just win, just win. Yeah, the Snoop can't have Summoning Sickness. You have to untap with the Snoop to just win. I have 2 Kiki main. So even if it's the top card, I can Vial the Harbinger or just activate the Snoop. I have a 3rd bolt, 3rd removal spell. Yeah, it only gets activated ability, is not the static haste ability, unfortunately. Rough. Gonna be tough from here. The problem with Harbinger is I kind of just want to like cast Kiki-Jiki next turn, but I guess I'll get Ringleader. And then die to creativity. Okay, so they don't have creativity if they're minusing on a goblin here, which is a small victory. But a victory nonetheless. We have a Ringleader on top of our library. An uncounterable Ringleader at that. Only 2 hits. Really feel like we needed like at least 3, although Expert being able to answer Reflection is nice. Yeah, I think I'll play a couple different Isabrews with Founding the Third Path and Pioneer. That's kind of like the only card I'm super excited to play with, but there's definitely like other interesting options too. Dr. Muggy, 10 months, thank you. Whoa! They blocked with Reflection instead of making a Dwarf token. That's pretty good for us. I can go War Marshal, Expert Ridden 6, all 4 Dwarfs in play. It's my favorite card from DMU. I think my favorite card is Aether Channeler. I also really like Founding the Third Path. The best one's probably Leyline Binding. Two cards in my opponent's hand. Pashalik Mons is interesting as well. I think I'm going to upkeep Expert, target the Rin. Do they play Valakut? If they're the Titan version of Creativity, they play Valakut. Most versions just play Archon of Cruelty, though. And this looks like the Archon version to me. They can hardcast Archon, which is a big problem here. Don't know what we're going to do about that. Yeah, we played the Jund with Windgrace earlier. It was good. We only played like a league and a half though. We'll play more of it for sure. I just want to do like a lot of different stuff today. It's kind of my current attitude. Man, winning this game would be absurd. Not gonna pay for Echo. Got some good draws though. Land is fine. Yeah, just slam the Kiki. And obviously we need them to continue to brick. Does this sacrifice end of turn? It does sacrifice. I think I'm also attacking with my non-summoning sick token. Opponent does get to draw 2 cards next turn, so it is kind of tough for them to like just not find an Archon, not find a Creativity after all these looks, but I've seen it before. It can happen. And now I guess if they Archon, we're not just drawing dead to it, because we do have, you know, Kiki-Jiki in play now. Discards another Fable and a Scalding Tarn. They immediately went to combat. It almost feels like they have a Creativity and... Okay. Somehow, just continues to brick forever and ever. I don't think there's really any reason to play the land, right? Oh, I guess discarding the Archon's the reason, huh? No, Pashalik Mons costs 4 mana to activate. This is like the 3rd time this league that people have thought it costs 3, I think. Surely they'll just brick again, though. Why wouldn't they? An unreal game that I thought we could never come back from. This is crazy. An truly unreal game. Okay, so I almost feel like it's now more important to just like stop them from Creativity X equals 2. So I think I'll just hold up. I'll just kill a Dwarf token, hold up the ability to sack a Goblin token, kill this Dwarf token, and so it looks like to me at least a Creativity X equals 1 is very beatable. Assuming they don't draw into something else, right? I cannot believe we won that game. I cannot believe we won that game. That was unreal. Just no words, huh? I think I'm gonna go. I mean, Fnatic's kind of nice against the Dwarf token, but I want to play the 4th Harbinger. Yeah, I'll just go 1 Fnatic. That's fine. Magus is pretty good. I really dislike playing Magus against any Lightning Bolt deck. You know what I mean? I am not a fan. Yeah, I mean, you have to make room for the Lord somehow. I think it makes sense to, like, just lower the curve. Lord is providing a lot of card advantage, too. Got him a look at this. Good hand. I guess Courtyard's a little bit better than Mountain because I can activate Pashalik Mons, and I can also technically have more Boseiju lands in the deck. Everybody's turn to play in Modern. We're in 6. Okay, I guess I'm down to just cast this turn. Get an upkeep stop so I can upkeep Munitions Expert if I want to. I can also, if this Snoop dies, I can still go Violin, Munitions Expert, or Violin Snoop, then cast this in my upkeep. Your card. How was 4 Hordemaster 1 Ringleader felt? I mean, this is my first league with the deck. I like, you know, as someone who's played a ton of goblins, though, I think this is a split that makes a lot of sense to me. But it's also like, I'm going to like find any split that like is gonna let me just test the new card to some extent. Like to some extent, I'm just testing the new card, and it's not really that much deeper than I'm wanting to find the split that favors the new card to see how good it is. I don't think I want to draw that. Don't want to draw that either. I think Goblin Lackey is too good for Modern. I mean, Elves is the best tribal deck, and Goblin Lackey is like what everybody thinks Ragavan is. You get hit by it, you die. It's a pretty poorly designed card. It's just kind of a dumb card in general, to be honest. But Merfolk, yeah, I had Merfolk in my brain when I said Goblins was the best tribal deck in Modern. I think I just jammed this. I don't know. They're gonna ping it, obviously. I get to kill this next turn with the expert. I think the Elves deck is pretty exciting too. I'm definitely gonna play more of it. I don't think it really changes that much about like how Elves functions as an archetype fundamentally, but I like being able to lower the mana curve. I like having a cheap source of card advantage. The Lord effect is super nice. And then we had one game where we had a combination of the new Elf Lord plus Heritage Druid plus Realmwalker plus Nettle Sentinel, and we just like actually drew our entire deck. It was awesome. Just actually put the entire deck into play. I'm getting Ringleader here, right? Maybe I should have had this be the uncounterable Goblin though. But I'm gonna try to kill the Goblin Shaman and then just attack the Red and 6 twice. I guess they can trade a Dwarf token though. I think it's probably fine. Well, opponent bricked super hard last game. I feel like they're definitely due to find some pieces this game, huh? I've run into interesting application of new cards in the opponent's deck. No, not so far. I have played Cleric Tribal in Modern before. When Pyre of Heroes was printed. Yeah, I agree that I agree that Elves is going to take a lot of like different tooling and versions. I really like the version I played today, but obviously, it's going to be the kind of deck you're going to have to stick to for a long time. And yeah, I think you could just be green. I agree, but like the fact that the white cards make you so resilient against like Cascade and, oh boy, that's not a brick. The fact that the white cards make you so much resilient against Fury and Cascade and like. It just doesn't cost you very much to splash them, I think makes you pretty inclined to have it. It even like makes you more resilient to burn too, because you get to play Forge Tenders, so it's like your mana base is more painful, but you're better against burn, so it's just hard for me to argue against like green-white versus mono-green with Elves. Alright. Final showdown. Good hand. Keep. I like the Archon version of the creativity decks. I think the Titan versions are fine too, but Titan stabilizes like a little bit worse than Archon does, and it does make you more vulnerable to cards like Alpine Moon, Blood Moon. We started off 3-0 with Elves, then I think we lost twice, then I think 1-2 dropped to the next league. It wasn't stellar, but I thought that the new Elf card, the new Elf Lord was good. I like Elves. It's powerful. It has very polarizing matchups though. Okay. I like that. Let's go ahead and just, I think, cast the Hordemaster, so if they kill my Snoop, we're gonna be fine. Maybe I could play the Hovel tapped here. I don't know how much it matters. Can you play the deck without sideboard endurance? Yeah, it's maybe even like just better to play like Leyline of the Void over endurance of the sideboard. Or, you know, different like sideboard card for Living End. Yeah, I am going to Vegas now. I was able to, you know, find somebody's ticket who wasn't able to go. And sign up for the main event. Because I just like wasn't that excited to go and not play the main event. Let's leave this on 2. Okay, so this is obviously very interesting. Kiki just naturally being on top. That being said, we don't win here. We just make a bunch of tapped goblins. Any idea what I might bring to Vegas? Not really, no. It's too early. I don't know that I've ever chosen, like, I don't even know how far exactly Vegas is away from now, but I basically never choose a deck list this far out. You could exile your library? Huh. Right, because so there is some tension with Snoop and Hordemaster, right? Where if you have Hordemaster out where you're comboing, all these, like, you exile your library, but usually you just respond to the triggers, it doesn't matter. Here, maybe it is a little bit more problematic. I mean, I don't need to make infinite Snoops, though. I do like to have a, yeah, let's make a few. This is kind of a weird spot. But, like, at the very least, I'm going to get, like, 8 Hordemaster triggers. Yeah, we're going to try to make infinite power at instep, but my opponent can kill this Snoop in response. And we don't want to make infinite power for ourselves at instep, because then we just lose, because we deck ourselves to the Hordemaster. But now we'll effectively, you know, get like 8 looks, so that we can even hardcast Kiki next turn. Although I guess we're not going to get to cast everything. But also with, you know, with 2 lords in play, I don't need infinite goblins. I can make like 6 goblins and have like super lethal. Yeah, it's like we don't need to make 50 Snoops. We need to make like 6. Or here, if they go like creativity of the dwarf token, I can just copy the expert and kill the dwarf token. Although, is that worse than just, like, making a bunch of Snoops and stuff? I guess it is worse. Can you not make infinite Snoops when they're sacking, exiling, wait till you get a sack out, sack them all? Oh, yeah, I guess you can do that. I guess you can do that, huh? Ooh, so now I'm putting Kiki-Jiki just into play. Which is weird. So I guess I'm just gonna copy a Lord. Oh, this is a Sling-Gang? Okay, we should be good. What a turn. My top card is Aether Vial. I think I'll just take this up. The Harbinger for the boring one. Although I don't really need to, I think, waste everybody's time with that. I think I'll just go cast Sling-Gang, copy Expert, kill the token, kill him, super dead. Yeah, it feels like there's gonna be a lot of like new lines to learn with the Goblins deck here. But no Battle Servant, do I have the deck? I'm waiting to post my list until the tournament because I'm trying to you know, not have people copy me. 4-1 this league, 6 hours into the stream. Might be a good time to call it a day and just kind of collect myself and plan for the weekend. So I want to both play the Modern Challenge this weekend. I haven't played a Modern Challenge in a long time. And I want to play Canister's No Banlist Tournament. Playing the Modern Challenge first set release is really exciting. I'm not going to...